Hello, beautiful beings of planet Earth and beyond. Welcome to another video on the channel of Ancient Ascension. My name is Paula, and I created this channel because I live and work at a plant medicine healing center. I live so much around the realm of shamans and plant medicine ceremonies and helping people heal through their deep processes of healing as a human being. And I get to witness and experience so many beautiful healing processes from all beings from all over the world, and just walk this medicine pathway myself. And that's why I created this channel, just to share with you some of the things that I learned and that I pick up along the way. And I just wanted to make a quick video today to remind each of you that it is 100% okay to not feel 100% okay all the time. This whole spiritual healing, working with these plant sacraments, really trying to heal and honor ourselves and look at our shadows and become the best human that we truly know we can be and who we want to be, that process is not always a pretty one. It's a beautiful one, but it can be not so beautiful while we're in the process of healing. And I just want to remind you all that we are human beings. We are human beings. We are being this physical experience in this physical world and trying to navigate our lives while we honor our spirit, while we honor our consciousness, and we honor the power that we hold within our chest and our creation abilities as human beings. And that's quite the thing to have signed up for here on planet Earth. And congratulations for being here, for being willing to do the deeper work, and for being willing to show up in this existence as a powerful creator being. And I was just kind of sitting here really feeling and allowing myself to be kind of gripped by the feeling of depression. And I feel like mental health and these topics of depression and anxiety are talked about a lot, but sometimes I feel like they're painted in kind of a negative light. And what I've found on my path of healing and helping others heal is that depression comes. It comes to me, and as well as anxiety. Anxiety comes to me as well. And I find that that's a normal process of being a human being. And it's a super rainy, gloomy day, and I was just laying here like, man, I feel so heavy. I feel so low. I feel so dense. I feel on the edge of depressed. Which happens, and I feel like a lot of times people think like spiritual healing and healing in general, healing our spirits, healing our minds, healing our bodies is like we need to step into this like expansive, high vibration being that's always love and light and positivity in the world. And for me, what I believe is that's just not realistic. That's not the reality of being a human being. Spiritual work, spiritual growth, spiritual healing is heavy, is dark. It's being willing to turn towards the darkness within us and go headfirst into it. Being willing to look at the parts of ourselves that most people don't want to look at. Finding a way to embrace and hug our shadows and the parts of us that make us cringe and feel unworthy and feel doubtful. It's like going into those spaces, not being afraid of feeling dark. Darkness is not a bad thing. We need the darkness to allow the light to shine as bright as it does. Without the darkness, the light wouldn't even exist. And we all know that. And, I don't know, I just wanted to make this video to remind each of you, like, it's okay if you wake up one day feeling super low, super dark, super depressed, or super anxious. And what I've learned on this pathway is depression comes when we are focused far too much on the past. we're focused far too much on the past and past stories, past situations, past narratives in our mind, and we're not evolving and changing and honoring the growth that this life is presenting to us. And I don't see depression as this state that needs to be like shut down and hidden. I think it's something that we need to fully embrace and fully honor and feel when those waves come and hit us, because they're hitting us for a reason. When I feel depressed and these emotions of like, oh, wow, like that's a signal for me and my spirit that my body and my mind is tired of this character, of this person who I've been trying to be, or maybe this person who I needed to be recently, who I morphed myself into being. And it's not that that person or that character that I am or was a bad one. It was a necessary part of who I was. But when I feel depression, it's like, oh, it's time to cocoon. It's time to cocoon back into myself and re-emerge from the darkness. I look at depression as a creation space, a void, an empty void space, the space where we can linger maybe for some time. Depression and feeling low can definitely take some time to process, but it's that creation void. It's that space of nothingness, because when I feel depressed, I feel like nothing. I feel empty. I feel dense. I feel heavy. I feel dark. And in that dark space is where we can pull the pieces of who we want to emerge and become from, honoring and seeping into the dark parts of ourselves. So it's just a reminder today for each of you who do deal with feeling depressed and low and overcome by this world and being a human being, because it's difficult. But just remember to honor that feeling of feeling low, because if you're getting pressurized with this feeling of depression, with this feeling of low energy, and you're constantly trying to shove it down, you're trying to take medication to ignore that feeling of depression, and you're trying to just act like everything's okay and put on a smiling face and, just pretend like you feel okay, that's only going to prolong that feeling of depression. So it's so important to honor when we feel low, to write out how we feel, to sit upon the earth and just cry with her and just feel low and just honor this metamorphosis that our energetic bodies and this life is trying to pass through us. That's so important. That's so important that we honor the process of depression. It should not be like this taboo topic of, yeah, I struggle with depression. It's like, yeah, I work with depression. I work with it. I see it as a space of creation material. This space where I can cocoon into myself and I can chop away the parts that are making me feel heavy, that are making me feel depressed. And I trust in that process to allow me to one day emerge from it. Because I'm not going to lie, as much as I work with plant medicines and, I teach yoga, I do all these things in the healing realm, part of being a being that is healing is dealing with these darker, lower energies that we need to feel and go through as a human being, especially if we're in the space of holding space for others. We need to explore the depths that the human psyche, the human heart, the human being can go to help others and pull them out of that as well, or to hold them through it, not even pull them out of it. So I guess that's just the reminder today, and also just speaking a little bit on anxiety. I lately have been dealing with more anxiety, and what I've realized, like I said, depression is an absence of being present. Both depression and anxiety are a lack of presence. No way around it. Depression is focusing way too much on the past, who we used to be, who we feel attached to, past relations, past stories, past what ifs. What if I did that? What if I didn't do that? Like what if I was in a different place? Like past, past, past. Depression, you're living in the past, basically. You're not embracing and opening yourself to the magic of the present moment. And anxiety is the opposite. Anxiety is projecting so far into the future and just staying so much in the space of the mind and going, what if, what if, what if in the future, and thinking about like, what could happen if this happens? And I feel all this crippling anxiety, like I can't function because my mind is not in the here and in the now. It's not in the calmness of this present moment. It's not in the fact that I have breath in my body, food in my belly, and, listening and tuning into the birds and watching the trees and recognizing that, wow, in this present moment, I'm actually pretty well taken care of. I have fresh air coming through my nose. I have solid ground to stand on. I'm not... I don't know, it's like when we feel super anxious, which I also deal with. That's kind of why I'm explaining these things, because I've been going through a deep process. And I feel like it's February right now of 2024. And we're going through a whole purge right now, you guys, with Pluto and Aquarius. And all of these shifts coming for the betterment of humanity, we are going through an energetic purge. And we have been for some years, but it's like ramping up right now. And so I wanted to make this video to just share with y'all my perspective and my view and my respect for anxiety and my respect for depression, because I see them as necessary processes, as necessary reminders. When I feel anxious, that anxiety in my heart, like something is like shaking and like just like around my heart like a cage, and I cannot like relax. I know I make it a practice to be like, whoa, what are you thinking about? What is making you so anxious? And do you even have any control over it in this moment? So, I breathe, I come down to the floor, I lay on the earth. The earth is always such a healing situation. Or I use some medicines that I know are appropriate, like rape, the snuff that clears our minds and grounds us, takes us down to the ground. And I know when I'm feeling anxious that I am way too far ahead of myself. Way too far ahead of myself. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I'm not secure? What if I don't have enough money? What if I don't have a home? Like, what's my next step? Especially someone who's always traveling and hasn't had a home in many years. It's like, whoa, slow down and come back into the present moment. And find gratitude for the littlest things, like, the plants around you and the fresh air and the food, and the five senses. Start to tap into those senses. And, I don't know. I just wanted to remind each of you that we don't need to feel incredibly high vibration all the time. In reality, in order to raise our vibration, as like because we all have vibrations as human beings. Some of us live in very low vibrations, some of us live in higher ones, but even if you're existing in a higher vibration, you're still going to pass through like a difficult process to get you higher. It's like you have to blast through those old low vibrations that are still attached to us, and most of us have those, and that's part of being human. It's like, I don't know, I witnessed so many people in their healing processes here at this retreat center, and I always tell them, like, you're not going to feel great all the time, because you need to feel and honor and sit with the emotions and the processes that you've been avoiding that made you come to this healing center in the first place. And so basically what a retreat center is, the space for you to retreat into yourself and honor yourself and feel the things that you need to feel. And I just wanted to relay that message to each of you, because you may not be coming to a retreat center or having the resources that it takes to do so. But as best as you can, remember to retreat into yourself. Remember to take space and time to be alone. Remember to journal. Remember to create, make art. make meals or make baked goods or play with pottery and start to express the things that are going on within you. Speak them out, sing them out, feel them, honor them, be with your emotions, allow yourself to feel like shit. Allow yourself to feel so low that maybe you don't want to get out of bed for a couple days. Been there, 100% been there. And you know what? It always ends. It always ends as long as I show up fully to the process and I really start to self-reflect of like, man, what is making me feel so depressed? Like, why do I feel like not myself anymore? Oh yeah, it's because my body is like a snake that's shedding its old skin and I'm emerging into this new being. And when we emerge into this new vibration and this new sense and this ability to be this new expression, because we are supposed to change, we're supposed to grow, we're not supposed to stay in the same old snake skin. How is that possible? When you shed your skin, when you shed those old vibrations, those old ways of thinking, ways of being, get yourself out of the victimhood, start to put power back into yourself, that's a big responsibility. That's why a lot of people don't do it. That's why a lot of people stay stuck in the anxiety and the depression, because they're like, where am I going to go from here? Where am I going to go? I'm going to have to take responsibility for my emotions, for my health, for my well-being. Like, I'll just stay in my old snake skin. But shedding our snake skin and entering into something new, of course it's scary, because it's the unknown. It's the unknown. I don't know who this new version of Paula is going to be. I don't know what she's going to create. I don't know where she's going to go next. I don't know if she's going to be even less stable than I am now. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because we don't need to project that far into the future. The only thing we need to do is honor ourselves, honor our processes, honor the way that we feel, and don't be afraid to shed that snake skin, to move forward. And that's the beautiful thing about the snake, is it only moves forward. And that is the energy that the human being should be always tapping into. Shed the skin and continue moving forward. And trust in what's coming, because I always see these deep processes, where I'm like literally having a mental breakdown, can't move. And I'm just like, oh man, thank you. Thank you for this depression. Thank you for this anxiety, for reminding me to work on being more present, and for reminding me that there is so much joy, so much abundance, so much energy, good energy coming my way. Because when we hit those super low lows, what's coming is the equivalent on the high end. So just here's your reminder. Just honor your emotions, honor your processes. And, as I've said in previous videos, is I am no master. I am no teacher. I am no guru. I am a student on this pathway of the medicines, a student on the red road, a student of the elders and the shamans around me. I bow my head to life, and I just felt that instead of me sitting here being super depressed, I should just at least share words to help me through this process. And hopefully it helped you in some way, maybe gives you another way to think about it, or just honor those times. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to feel those things, and go into it, the depths of who you are, so you can crawl out the other side and move forward and leave that process behind, because I promise you it does end. And the sooner you can look at it, the sooner you can feel it, the sooner you can start to work with it and through it, the sooner it is going to end. And the sooner you pull strength from it, and the sooner you put power back into your heart, and you know how to utilize these processes. So that's it. Hopefully this helped some of you. Sorry if it's a little bit more of a low vibe video, but just wanted to remind all of you, it's okay to not feel okay. 110%. We are human beings on this human journey of emotions and expressions and challenges and creation and pressure and outside world stuff, inside world stuff, and just trying. I know the majority of us are trying to show up to this reality in the best way we can. And when you make that decision to show up to this reality in the best way you can, wow, are you going to be put through some processes? Are you going to be challenged? Is Great Spirit going to question you and say, are you serious? You really want to raise your vibration? Then let's see if you can really shed your old skin. Beautiful, beautiful processes. So I love you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. Like this video, share this video, whatever you want to do with this video. I'm so happy you watched it. And that's it. That's it. I'll make more videos soon. Just remember, 100% okay to not feel 100% okay all the time.